Hi, welcome to Sheer Celebrations. We are going to show our paint your own palettes, our new edible palettes that look like this. This is our Easter one, but it's really great for any time. We have a sample of the Valentine colors, and this brownish color is actually like a maroon when you paint with it, so that's pretty cool. So those are the two new ones that we have out, and we will be adding and doing new colors as the seasons come about, but this one's probably going to be our most popular for everyday use, and you'll get a sheet of them, and there's 16 on a sheet, so that's awesome. So we have our sweetest tier sweet stencil holder here, and that's what we're using today. You don't have to use one. You can just do it straight on the cookie, or you can use your stencil genie. All are available here at Sheer Celebrations. So we've already put the cookie down, but if I were doing multiple cookies, I would trace it on a piece of paper. That way my paint your own sets would all look uniform. They would all be the same size. Now for this one, I've moved it over just a smidgen. You'll see how this is sticking out so that it can be centered on our paint your own cookie. Let me move it up just a little bit. And this is our paint your own palette that we carry from Truly Mad Plastics, and that's available here at Sheer Celebrations as well. Now my icing's a little thinner than I like it to be. I like it to be like a toothpaste consistency. This is definitely a little runny, so we're just gonna cross our fingers and hope for the best, because this is the icing that I had available today, and I didn't want to remake a whole batch. So we want it as snug to the cookie as possible when we're going to swipe. And this one I did use the extender kit because my cookie is a little bit taller than some. So I'm going to go ahead and just cover the whole little bunny. And then I'm going to just wipe it off on the edge. A lot of icing in there. And then just scrape away until you can see the design again. And if the cuts are a certain direction, then you'll want to swipe, in a direction where you're not tearing the stencil. We have, this is one of our stencils, Sheer Celebration stencils, but we also have other brands that we carry, as well as silkscreen. So check that out. And I missed a little bit of his ear. Oh, get the ear. Okay, I think I got everything. So it is a little looser than I like it to be, but with this one, instead of lifting straight up, you're just gonna lift the whole thing. It's hinged. Oh, that came out beautiful. So there we have our beautiful paint your own. We'd let that dry. We are not gonna let it dry today. Wow, I just love it. It came out so good. So normally there's gonna be a sheet of 16 of these. I just grabbed one for us today. Excuse my now iced finger. So these are made to fit right on the side of that. So I'm going to trim it to the rectangle. My scissors are upside down. It's lovely. So there is a bit of an outline that you can follow, but really it's just where the color is. And if you are using a different cutter, buy one from us. No, just kidding. I mean, not, but yes. You can cut these out separately if you want to arrange them differently or hole punch them. You can do whatever you want. So I'm not the best of cutters, but we have that. And then if you have any trouble peeling, there's a non-edible portion. It's like a paper. If you have any trouble peeling it off, you can pop this whole thing in the freezer for about 10 to 15 seconds and it'll pop right off. But we're having not the hottest of weather here, so they come off quite easily. So I have that ready to go. I'm going to leave that right there. And then I have our piping gel. So we carry piping gel here as well. I have a little bit just in my little classroom container, and I personally like to flood my cookie. So this was flooded prior to this video and let completely dry before I swipe over it. And I know that my strip is made to fit this cutter, so it's gonna fit perfectly. If you don't know, you can paint the back of this, but you have to do it very carefully because it is very fragile. It's a thin piece of icing paper. So, but I know that it's gonna fill up this whole flooded part, so I'm gonna go ahead and I don't have to be quite as gentle with my already dried flood. And I'm just going to paint that on there. with my clear piping gel, and then it's a one-shot deal. So if you don't love it, learn to love it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and center that as best as I can and put it right down. And I didn't bring them in for the video, but you're gonna go ahead and we have paint your own brushes, and you can, in our clear cellophane bags, and you can bag those. I would suggest the 5x7 bag. We have self-sealing as well as ones you can seal, and poly. So any of those bags will be great, or our 5x10 if you want to tie it with a ribbon. And then you can attach that paintbrush in there as well. It's a small paintbrush, so it's gonna fit perfectly. And those are our new Paint Your Own palettes. You can get them today in store or at sheercelebrations.com. Thanks and have a great day.